Hey, I'm talking about beginnings and ends. I'm thinking about beginnings and ends because where something ends, there's always something that begins again. So tell me, where does the ocean begin and where does it end? Just like I see no beginning of the heavens up above, but it ends and begins somewhere, does it not? Like life itself. When God placed Adam in the garden, that was Adam's beginning, and God made Eve from Adam's rib bone and dust. And thus Eve's beginning began. God said to be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth, and combined the beginning of true life with Adam and Eve began. They began to multiply. Then something went horribly wrong, and another beginning began. When Adam's and Eve's firstborn son Cain murdered his younger brother Abel over jealousy. So simultaneously, two beginnings began, jealousy and then murder. And when someone dies, that's the end. On earth as we know it, anyway. A new life that has been given birth on earth, where a child is born every 8 seconds, is the beginning of that end. And when I go to my niece and nephew's plays, rehearsals, recitals, graduations, there's always a time that it begins. Even though I might be late sometimes, I do get to see the ending. And it ended with me being there. So, when your child is born, in his beginning, when his innocence is still there and intact, how does that innocence begin to end? Why? Well, the child began hanging out with the wrong crowd, ending his innocence. And that awful, awful beginning began. The drugs, the alcohol, petty crimes, then larger felonies until he was locked up and no longer innocent in every sense of the word. It's like friendships and relationships, for that matter. They both have a beginning and an end. And in the beginning, it just seemed like it's always just so great, so wonderful, and you have nothing but good things to say about each other, and you're all lovey-dovey and huggy-huggy. That's for the relationship part anyway. And then something seems to come along that's inexplicable, that breaks down those unions, and now it's the end. Is there anything that doesn't end? Please tell me. I need to know. Is this why they say that everything must change and nothing stays the same? Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Like the raindrops from the clouds, and the sun lights up the sky, and the hummingbirds do sing.